Back into Wake Up America, I'm Rob Finnerty. President Joe Biden set to travel to Florida a little bit later today to survey damage after Hurricane Ian devastated the southwestern part of the state 1 week ago today. All eyes, of course, going to be on his meeting with Governor Ron DeSantis as the pair look to continue what they are calling a non-political relief effort for the countless Floridians in need. For more on what we can expect later today, let's welcome in Florida Congresswoman Kat Cammack back with us. Congresswoman, great to have you back on. Nice to see you again. We were thinking about you last Wednesday when Ian made landfall. Just quickly, how is your husband doing? I know he's a first responder in Florida.
Well, thank you for asking, and thank you for all your thoughts and prayers for Florida. We have absolutely been devastated by this storm, particularly in the southwest portion of the state. But, you know, Hurricane Ian stretched all the way across the state over into Daytona Beach, St. Augustine. Even about 350 homes in my own district are underwater currently. So everyone in this state has been impacted. My husband actually left this morning for SWAT training. And I can tell you that as we were preparing for this storm, he and his crew, they were putting extra equipment on the trucks. They were preparing for a very, very long haul of cutting down trees, clearing debris, doing search and rescue efforts. And as you have seen from the images that are playing across the screen right now, this is an all hands on deck effort. So we still have active search and rescue operations going, and probably will for the next week. There have been over 1,000 people who have been rescued, folks that have just been caught, and the continued rise of floodwaters is a problem as we continue these activities. So it's going to complicate measures, and that's why I think all eyes are going to be on Florida for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, as they should be. Your district in the center part of the state, and I think people at home, the amount of water that you got in your district, just to see the flooding in some of these towns where you do not expect that to happen. Unbelievable stuff. What are you expecting from President Biden today? He will touch down in Florida a little bit later this morning. He'll meet with Governor DeSantis. This is a big moment for Biden. We remember what George W. Bush got wrong during Hurricane Katrina, surveying the damage from Air Force One at 10,000 feet. So this is an important moment, just politically speaking, for Joe Biden. But what are you expecting out of the president's visit?
Well, you're 100% right. These are make or break moments in political careers. I hate to say it that way, but, as we've seen throughout history, the type of response really dictates the future of an individual. So I anticipate this being very low key. I think everybody knows what's at stake here. We have not just people's property, but people's lives are still at stake. Like I said, there's still active search and rescue operations that are happening currently on the ground where Biden will be going. And I do expect that there will be nothing but professionalism across the board. Governor Ron DeSantis has been very, very forward-facing in saying this is not about Republican versus Democrat. This is about us being Americans coming together to help our neighbors and take care of one another. So he has been very forward-facing on that. I don't anticipate this will be political at all. However, if Biden comes down here and starts spouting off about climate change or COVID vaccines, as we heard when we were preparing for the storm, saying that the best way to prepare for the storm is to get vaccinated, that's going to be a real quick way to turn the entire state of Florida and the country against him.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Congresswoman. I want to squeeze one more in just about Governor DeSantis. There has been a lot made about, how he didn't order the evacuation of Lee County to the south of your district, criticizing the weather forecasters for getting it wrong. Look, weather forecasters, they make suppositions. It's a best guess, basically. But how would you assess Governor DeSantis in the build up to the storm and now in the response?
Listen, I have to just absolutely tip my hat and say thank you to Governor DeSantis. He has done everything possible that he could. More than that, his wife, Casey, has been boots on the ground serving meals to first responders. And as the wife of a first responder, I can't tell you how much it means to see elected leadership out there lending their support, not just in words, but in action. And when we thought this hurricane was about to smack my district up in Cedar Key, we were terrified that it turned so quickly to the right and hit Southwest Florida. Nobody could have predicted that, and we did the absolute best that we can. I think that Governor DeSantis has been doing a phenomenal job in the lead up and during and now in post-recovery mode. Yeah, Congresswoman, we are thinking about you and everybody in your state. Thanks so much for being on with us. Florida Congresswoman Kat Cammack this morning. Thank you.